just telling you to live your life, and we just misspelled. But let's get into it here. No teams, no logos, no nothing. If I had to give the advantage to one team, I'd give it to probably the Radiant, because all their logos are kind of like, you know, dark and green, and 4 of them have logos, and then the Dire side, 3 of them don't even have logos. It's just question marks.
Yeah, that seems to be a weird thing where it doesn't load in, because I've got 4 logos on the Dire side and 5 on the Radiant side.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about, but let me just say this is a Captain's Mode tournament hosted by N-GAGE.
Of course.
We've got individual players signing up. They get shuffled into groups of 5 and put into Captain's Mode. Basically, the games are a best of 1. We start at the semifinals, and then the winners of 2 semifinal games get reshuffled and put into the finals. And what they're competing for is they're competing for league points, which will help them advance in the ladder and participate in other games and other ladders and other competitions and so on and so forth. So to start it off, we've got a Batrider and an OD ban. Nobody in the world wants to play against OD.
I mean, OD is almost my first ban when I queue Captain's Mode alone or with buddies. It's just, unless we're playing with Alex, then I just give OD to Alex, but you just don't want to, that's like a lost middle lane right there if it's a good OD, so.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's almost like a guaranteed lost middle lane. And the thing is, it's not like he's a hero that has like kind of low impact. Like, he can win team fights single-handedly if he gets out of control. So, actually a Wisp ban and a Lifestealer. So, fearing that Wisp not
Are you really? Wait.
Concern.
The way you said that, you sounded like you were like surprised that they banned Wisp. Like, wow, this is really strange. Actually, Wisp ban coming out here.
It's not. I don't think that it's strange, right? Because a lot of pros ban the Wisp, obviously. But when you're playing with 5 solo people, like, Wisp tends to be a hero that you need to have worked out with a buddy. You know?
Right.
He's the type of hero that, like, you can tether someone and then fly them the wrong way, get him killed.
Well, you just need that coordination, that team coordination. Naga Siren getting picked up. I like Naga Siren. I never play her, but she's nice to have on your team just as like an insurance policy. Like, oh shit, everyone's dying? Well, I'll just hit this button and we can all leave.
Yeah, exactly. All immediately TP out. She does have that minus armor. She's got pretty good damage from Riptide that comes out. She's got illusions. And she scales pretty well into the late game. So she doesn't kind of like fall off like a lot of supports. She continues to bring a lot of usefulness. And of course you can steal Roche and Alliance picks her. So I mean, what else can you want from a hero?
One thing that I'm seeing out of the Dire right now is that they didn't really capitalize on the OD ban coming out, because that's almost a wasted ban. So you can pick up something like a Naga or a Darkseer, but then Radiant just ended up with the Naga and the Darkseer anyway. Alchemist, you know, I mean, not one of those heroes that you ban out immediately, so you could still have the possibility of picking him up later. He is a versatile hero, so I like him as a first pick. You can run him as a support or a carry or whatever the hell you want to do, semi-carry later on in the game. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like they could have capitalized on the Darkseer not being banned out. They could have like left maybe either the Batrider or something in the pool, so forcing the other team to either pick it or ban it next. I don't know. They've made it easy so far on the Radiant, and they've got a good start pick-wise.
Yeah, the Radiant, I mean, getting that Darkseer is so good. Darkseer can farm really well from a distance. He can retreat to the jungle. He can man fight in team fights up against 5 people with that wall and that vacuum. So, I mean, they're giving away a pretty strong pick, but, I mean, they have picked up an Alchemist. Not arguably, but definitely the fastest farmer in the game.
Yeah.
And they picked up a Rubik, which, if played by a strong Rubik player, can have a huge impact as a support.
Especially against a Naga Siren, Darkseer, and Weaver. You steal some Shikuchi and you never die. You steal like a Vac or a wall and you change a team fight. Same thing with Naga Siren's ulti. You steal that and it's just like, oh man. Well, we picked like the worst heroes to go up against a Rubik. And
right, exactly.
like a good Rubik can turn your picks against you is why Rubik sucks to play against, because it's like you can't pick any sweet heroes once Rubik is in the pool.
That's absolutely true. I mean, I like the Rubik pickup. The Weaver pickup is interesting here because, as you said, Rubik can steal Shikuchi, and that means he doesn't really need a Blink Dagger or a Force Staff early on. Like, it's basically like having that item because he's got the Invis, he's got the Escape, and he's able to position himself properly in team fights with that. And Shikuchi isn't a particularly difficult spell to steal, considering how often Weaver uses it.
Yeah, he doesn't really have another ability to like spam so that Rubik doesn't take it either. Like, can't spam the bugs really, can't spam time lapse. So, yeah, it's just as a Weaver, it's just like, well, he's gonna get Shikuchi, so may as well buy some wards.
Yeah, that's gonna be the way it goes. Naga Sleep is pretty difficult to steal as a spell, just because you're usually slept.
Yeah, you slept, and then she's got that sploosh to follow up immediately afterwards. I always forget the Riptide.
Riptide, yeah. Well, she also tends to create illusions when immediately after she sleeps because they all have Riptide as well when she uses it. So she'll position them near heroes.
I feel like categorizing all of the like sploosh spells like the Slardar Stun, the Tide Hunter, Anchor Smash, Naga Siren, Riptide, like those are all just in the category of sploosh. And they all do different things, and it doesn't really matter. I can just call it a sploosh no matter what.
But we could run like a future and a Jakiro pickup. Okay, so I mean, the Dire's team fight. The Radiant's team fight is amazing right now, right? I mean, you're in the Ice Path, you're in the Micropyre, you're slept into a vacuum wall. Weaver's kiting you the whole time, just running around doing huge damage. But this Rubik can be a real game changer. Ice Path is not a difficult spell to steal. Shikuchi, as we said before, Wall also not that difficult to steal. So,
especially if like the Rubik gets into a team fight and he steals like multiple spells, like he's already got an Ice Path or something, and then he's able to like steal a Darkseer Wall midway through the fight. That's two. I mean, maybe not Ice Path. Let's just say he's got Macropyre just to make this situation a little more exciting. And then he steals a Darkseer Wall. That's two big cooldowns that Rubik is able to just pop off in a fight if he has enough mana, of course. And, you know, I mean, I like the Jakiro pickup because otherwise they're just going to get locked down to hell.
He works really well with the Naga. Yeah, he works really well with the Naga and with the Darkseer, obviously, right? You're able to get that vacuum directly into the Ice Path once it's thrown down, so you're almost guaranteeing a stun on several heroes. And a Chen, wow, okay. I like to see Chen, man. We don't see Chen a lot in these types of games because people get to get all worried about playing him.
Yeah, I have anxiety around those kinds of heroes, like the kinds of heroes that everyone plays and that are like in the metagame. I have like kind of like metagame anxiety where it's like I know that if I start playing this player or this hero that like 5 other people are gonna have a million things to tell me what I'm doing wrong and what I could be doing better, and it's just like I'd rather just play a hero that no one plays and then no one has anything to improve upon because it's just, you know, I like to fly under the radar is what I'm saying while I play Dota.
Right, exactly.
I mean,
Chen is such a strong hero. I mean, he's got good push. He's got a pretty good burst damage spell. He's got a slow on later levels. And of course, Hand of God, that heal. He's going to be able to pick up a pretty quick mech. So, I mean, the way the lanes are shaping up, this is definitely going to be a farming alchemist. He's going to be supported by Rubik, Chen in the jungle, so they're not going to run it aggressively. Puck's going to be in mid, so I guess they're really looking for their offlaner. And I wouldn't mind seeing an initiator like Clockwork. Interesting, actually, that the Radiant decided to ban Magnus. I don't know that Magnus is the best offlaner, but perhaps they're seeing their draft a little differently than I am.
They could send the Puck off lane. I've seen that a few times, but, you know.
Yeah, that's true. The Puck isn't bad off lane, but, I mean, with the OD ban, the Puck is pretty much uncontested in mid. Only the TA would be a big problem, and the TA here has been banned out very smartly by the Dire. So, I believe Frag is the one making the calls right now as captain, and definitely a good captain.
Yeah, I wonder. See, that's one thing that I've been pretty curious about is what designates the captain of each team? How is it just the person with the highest points? Because Lawler, I know that Lawler is actually I think the highest rated person on N-GAGE. and he's the captain of this team. We should.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like whoever gets to the lobby and gets to the top first. Like, unless you just don't want to be. Like, a lot of people don't want a captain. But that's basically how it tends to work in in-house leagues. Is kind of whoever gets up there, just jumps in and takes the captain's mode. I mean, obviously you want to give it to maybe someone like Lawler. He's got a little more experience, perhaps, or at least it's assumed that he does.
Right.
So he might be better at that. And actually, the Spectre and the Bounty Hunter. I like the Bounty Hunter pick a lot. That's going to bring them a lot of mid-game gold. And you know what? Puck's going to need a Blink Dagger. Rubik's going to need a Blink Dagger. Chen's going to want his mech, maybe even a late-game Aghanims if that's what he decides to go for. And Bounty Hunter's going to make that happen so much faster. And when you're trying to farm up against a Spectre, there is a timing window that you need to hit, because at a certain point, that Spectre is going to be unbearable. But the Dire are in a good place to hit it. They've got the Alchemist, who's going to farm pretty fast, and the Bounty Hunter, who's going to be getting them track kills. And of course, the push coming out of the Chen is just enormous.
Yeah, especially early game push. Later on, he falls off. But you know, Spectre versus Alchemist. This is the matchup, you guys. It's basically going to be a Spectre versus an Alchemist. I mean, it's going to be Weaver mid, most likely, it looks like. Darkseer off lane, Nagasiren, Jakiro, Spectre tri lane. And then Alchemist, Rubik, Chen in the jungle, and Bounty Hunter off lane with Puck in the middle lane. And let's just get into introducing these heroes. You want to do the Radiant, Dennis?
All right, let's start on the Radiant side. On the Radiant side, we have Lolar, who is going to be playing the Nagasiren. We have
That's this guy, the blue guy, for those who can't see him on the screen.
Yeah, he unfortunately hasn't picked his hero yet. Transaddicted playing the Darkseer, Kocha Bambino playing the Spectre, Aquila playing the Weaver, and Akramuz playing Jakiro.
Very nice, and no courier yet for the other. No courier yet for the Radiant side. Looks like we're not gonna have a courier for the Radiant team. That's okay. And on the Dire side, we have Sim on that, or Seam on the Alchemist going into the tri lane here. Maxizeo on the Chen, of course, going into that jungle. On Puck, we have Frag, the captain of the team. Philic on the Rubik, also going into that tri lane. And in the bottom lane here, we have Grim on the Bounty Hunter, looking to soak up some experience from the forest here. Got some wards. Go ward, my man. Go ward. Spectre, waiting for that rune here.
The battle begins.
Oh, actually, Transaddicted. My man. He's got the Ion Shell first level. So they will be able to chase him. The pings are out. I'm excited. I want to see a sweet first blood.
Yeah, Alchemist hasn't leveled anything, so
what do you think
can
about
probably do some damage.
What do you think about no stats, Quelling Blade, Stout Shield on Spectre?
Just Quelling Blade, Stout Shield?
And, well, Tangos, but, like, you know.
Oh, well, I mean, the Spectre's going to be well defended.
Yeah, she's in the tri lane.
So.
And she's only up against a bounty hunter. So, I don't even think she needed the Stout Shield that badly. But Stout Shield's always good, I guess, for ganks. I mean, she's not going to get ganked. Spectre's just not going to get... Oh, Darkseer. Darkseer, my man, going wrong way. Run to the right. Run to the right. And now mid's coming to respond. My man Puck, ready for it. No, he's just blocking. Frag, not fast enough. They could have totally trapped this guy in for the first blood. He's stranded.
Yeah, he's over here trying to get that pull camp ward off.
Rubik found him.
Not a bad idea for him.
Rubik found him. Lift him up, buddy. The stun coming out from Alchemist. Here we go. He's just got the Ion Shell. No surge. Right clicks. Sick right clicks. Chen, my man, where you going? They couldn't lock him down for long enough. Oh, hot damn. I mean, the telekinesis was up in a few seconds.
Yeah, they could have tried. I mean, Chen's gonna try to.
Oh, he's low on health. He doesn't have surge. Lift him. It's all good.
Well, you know what? If they're able to zone him out and guarantee some free farm for this Alchemist, that's already gonna be really good for him.
This kind of sucks for the Bounty Hunter. He was out of experience range for that entire wave. Alchemist having a good time up here in the top lane. Not gonna have too many issues against the Darks. I mean, Darkseer's freaking annoying no matter who you are, really. Actually, in the bottom lane, no. They're dual laning mid? Naga Siren's just roaming like a baller. Top, lift on the Rubik, the stun is up. Body block from the Alchemist, and the right clicks are coming out. It's right click fest. The net from the troll! Oh, this is gonna secure the kill. There we go, and we see a first blood on the Darkseer in the top lane. Nicely done. Exactly what an Alchemist needs. An early start.
Yeah, and it's going to the Rubik, which is great. The Rubik's already gonna have 550 gold, so...
yeah, I guess it's great. I mean, could have gone to the Alchemist.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been better, but the Alchemist is going a pretty, greedy build, considering he's pretty much going to be uncontested at this point. The Darkseer is going to have more and more trouble. I actually wouldn't mind seeing the Darkseer just kind of hang back for a little while, maybe get level 3, and then go ahead and retreat to the jungle, and, kind of accelerate his farm that way, and then go back. This Chen player, though, really putting in some work. He's got this troll creep, which is really smart. The troll creep allows you to farm the jungle even more efficiently as Chen, because you can summon the little skeletons every time, and they can basically tank for the trolls. So
they're so cute
those early
too.
Levels.
Click on them and look at their
really
portrait. Oh, it's dead. It just died.
Yeah, it died, unfortunately.
Sad. So Spectre with 14 and 2 here in the bottom lane, doing quite well for himself. Weaver doing well in the middle lane, up against this Puck, delivering some decent harass, and now Darkseer a little overextended here, possibly. The net is... will he use it, is the question. I don't know if he has the backup, so he won't. Did he even have the mana for it? Yeah, he did. Just decided not to. Bounty Hunter, not doing too badly, actually doing great for an offlaner. 10 last hits. And,
yeah, he's doing really
and
well.
he's not received any harass. He's got 6 tangos and a salve left, and he's at full health in an offlane. So no harass coming out from the Radiant team. Chen, my man, he balls too hard for this shit. The net is down. Darkseer, what are you doing, my man? That's the wrong way. What is going on? Chen alone, right-clicking this Darkseer down to about 1/3 of his health. Oh, that's a cool courier. Yeah. I mean, which do you prefer out of all the international couriers?
Which do I prefer? Oh, I like the guy on the Mammoth.
You like the Mammoth? Yeah, that's the one I'm using as well. I haven't even...
It's woolly, like the woolly Mammoth. You gotta love that.
Yeah, I haven't tried the bird one yet. That's the only one I haven't seen, actually. But yeah, my favorite is definitely the Mammoth. There's something about the way that this crab flies. I don't like that he's like swimming through the air like a crab does. I kind of want him to like do something more realistic, like fly with his claws, which is obviously
you want
less
a more
realistic
flying crab.
Well, he can't swim through the air. He's defying gravity. It's impossible.
You also can't fly at all. That's not even a thing.
Well, I mean, some people can fly in this game, alright? Some massive centaur beasts can fly. Like OD.
That's true. I don't know, what is OD? He's like half
He's a centaur.
A centaur? What is a centaur?
Well,
no,
he was like, they had to use like, they had limited like, oh shit, I've been using the freaking wrong overlay this whole time. Have not been,
man. Do you have the pick and ban overlay on?
Hell yeah. That's how ballers roll,
nice.
Man. That's how ballers roll.
Nice.
Just incorrectly putting the overlay on.
Just making sure you guys know what the other overlay looks like.
Yeah. In case you... I actually got a lot of requests just to keep the wrong overlay on for a long time. And,
yeah, we did. There was a whole website set up.
Yeah. There was a campaign, in fact.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I mean, Barack Obama even spoke about it. It was a big deal.
He endorsed us.
He did. He endorsed the wrong overlay, is what happened.
Exactly.
So, we're just, doing the president a favor, so,
I feel like this bounty hunter is having way too easy
you know what? The bounty hunter is having an easy time, and I keep looking over at the Weaver, and this Weaver is doing great up against the Puck. I mean, the Puck does have more denies, but I feel like this Weaver should be a little bit more phased.
Oh, the net is up on the Darkseer in the top lane. No follow-up. Jeez Louise. This Chen, man.
Not let him have a good time, man.
All he wants to do is ball hard, and nobody will let him. Here we go. Are they going to try and initiate on this Bounty Hunter? I saw the ping come out. Yellow wants to do it. The invis is up. Do they have a sentry? Naga Siren doesn't. Spectre doesn't. Jakiro does. And it's down.
Yeah, they have a sentry in the lane, so if they can get a good net off into an ice.
Oh, here we go. The net is up. Sentry is there. He can't invis, but they know he's there. The dual breath, the right clicks. All they needed was the right clicks, man. That's what this game functions on. Sick right clicks.
But the Bounty Hunter does almost have phase boots. So he did buy out right before he died. He's still got all his regen, so he's not in a bad place at all. I mean, overall, I think this favors the Dire. Just because, you know, the Alchemist free farming is a little bit more dangerous early than the Spectre.
Oh, whiffed coil in the middle lane on the Weaver, but he does have a lot of damage on that orb. Weaver gonna decide to pursue. Nicely done, Weaver. That Shukuchi damage, waiting it out, being patient. Oh, in the top lane, actually. Darkseer have... Oh, puck DC's from the game. I hope that wasn't like, just straight up leaving.
No, I don't think so.
No.
Well, I hope not. I hope not. If it is, we'll go to a quick game 2, I guess.
Yeah. Well. Just question marks flying out from each side. Got to go bye-bye. Well, there you go, guys. That's the end of this game. Not with a bang, but with a whimper.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's unfortunate. It really is. But what can you do? Sometimes your mom comes home and she's all like, come on, help me put on my shoes.
For those of you watching,
like,
there is a punishment system for those that leave early. And there's rules. There's a set of rules that I haven't been familiarized with around levers and, you know, what the protocol is in these situations. So things are being handled behind the scenes right now, I'm sure. 36 minutes. All right. Well, I mean, Spectre was off to a pretty good start. He had 26 last hits up against the Alchemist. I guess if I were to say it went like who won the late game, I would have given it to the Radiant, Spectre and Weaver versus and Darkseer versus an Alchemist basically in the late game. So
yeah, but it would have to get to that. Oh yeah, it looks like the Dire unfortunately forced into the predicament of either calling GG.
Yeah.
Or figuring something else out, which is unfortunate, I have to say, because I was looking forward to that Spectre Alchemist matchup.
Yeah, it was like the perfect storm. An unstoppable force meets the immovable object.
Yeah, which is...
Okay, so everybody's laying out the options over and over, but it doesn't look like we have a decision coming out from the Dire side yet. They're just gonna carry on, I guess. So.
All right, so we'll see a 5v4 matchup. Let's do this. Let's see some phenomenal gaming coming out of this. They're gonna try hard now.
Yeah, I really, really hope that the Dire win now.
Yeah,
that would be amazing.
I do too.
Bounty Hunter
we are now
had a great
officially
start.
rooting for the Dire, so that's our plan.
If they won 4-on-5, it would just be the greatest underdog story of all time.
It would be even greater than the Muhammad Ali story, as seen on PBS.
Yes, yeah, as seen on PBS. Our affiliate network. Actually, Bounty Hunter delivering the sickest right clicks of his life to this Naga Siren here. The Ice Path comes out, and now Bounty Hunter finds himself in a bit of trouble. There is a sentry down and another, so they will be able to spot him. Just get away from that sentry, my man. He wants that last hit. He wants it so badly.
Well, that would be a track kill, which is, I mean, kind of worth it even if he dies and he's able to spend that money. But he's going to try to run away. Hopefully they don't catch him out here since we're rooting for the Dire now.
Yeah, I mean, we'll try and keep it as, you know, unbiased as possible. But wouldn't it just be... Oh, actually, somebody's microing the puck in the mid lane. My God. Well...
Alright, so we're going to see some phenomenal play. I would not be surprised if that is the Chen. Since Chen players do rely quite a bit on having good micros, so...
Yeah.
It's going to be pretty good.
Sick
Spectre's actually
micro
picked up a
skills.
Vanguard, which is not a bad idea. I think that the Spectre, you know, considering it is a 4v5 game, can afford to go a little bit more aggressively and go for something like a Radiance or a quick Desolator, a quick Diffusal Blade. But
Oh, actually
Vanguard
in the
is
middle
Vanguard.
lane, Weaver trying to pick up a kill here on the puck, and will find it probably here. Yeah, that's a dead puck. 3 kills for the Weaver. Probably not the best idea to be microing a hero that's been out of lane for a few minutes. So, not looking good for the Dire side. For right now, at least. I mean, Bounty Hunter, he's having a sick lane. Weaver's having a sick lane, though, and that's who you gotta worry about, really. I don't know. It's looking grim. The Vanguard's already up on the Spectre. He's pretty much invincible if he has a Vanguard in 8 minutes. Like, he's not gonna get killed at any point.
But they do have Trackle. They have a bottle they can pull off the puck if they decide to stop microing the puck. They have a Rubik that can now farm the middle lane and get his levels and his farm up, which will be pretty nice. And an Alchemist who's going to kick in early. I mean, the Dire aren't out of this altogether, I think. I think it could be worse for... Okay, probably can't be much worse, but it... Well, okay, I'm just going to end my statement on that.
All right.
It's going to end it.
Lawler in the jungle here trying to find himself a Chen. Oh, Chen, you crazy, crazy. Well, this looks basically like the Radiant are just going to stomp the Dire. The Weaver is going to get 2 farmed. The Puck is not going to get farmed at all, and he won't even be useful if they get farmed because I don't think they can buy items with him. In fact, I'm 99% positive that they can't. If this works like a... you know, regular game. And Puck doing lots of damage. Actually, the Weaver is going to fall here. Nice gank by the Dire. And they're going to take this tier 1. So, some good coordination.
Well
the Puck kind of serving as a meat shield. And, I guess it's just kind of working out. TP's coming in, but canceled wisely. So, they'll try and maybe take a trade here. Nope. Maybe they'll respond to Jakiro. Take the trade, guys. It's the only
Yeah,
way.
they're going to be able to take this tower. That's really well done by the Dire here. The Dire are making all the right decisions. If they can go into
Oh
the jungle,
God,
take
here
the
we go.
Jakiro.
Naga
Oh, and
Siren,
Jakiro runs-
the courier in the mix. Jakiro tossing out the ice path, but the stun does hit. Jakiro falling very low. Where's the lift? We want some telekinesis. There it is. And Jakiro, the sick right clicks will bring him down. Spectre haunting in. He's in the middle of too many heroes, but Weaver's here as well, so they might be able to right-click the shit out of this team, and so they do. The Chen falls, so will the Alchemist. Just massive right-clicks coming out from this team with no spells whatsoever. Spectre and Weaver, their main damage dealers, both heroes that basically right-click for the start of the game. So...
Yeah, exactly. Not really able to do a lot of
Oh,
other
Bounty Hunter, my man Bounty Hunter, man-moding, actually gets scared off by just a Naga, realizes that he's been bamboozled and turns around.
He's got an invis here. He doesn't have enough for a shuriken, unfortunately. I think with a crit and a shuriken, he could have
Where's
killed
your
that
Orb of
Spectre.
Venom, my man? This guy doesn't have an Orb of Venom. That shit
He's
is
going for a Ring of
essential.
Health. You think he's going to build a Battle Fury?
Yeah, you know, why not?
All right. No, I'm not. Look, I'm not against it. I'm just asking.
Right, yeah, I guess
he could build like a Vanguard.
I mean, he's basically filling in now for the Puck, so he needs to carry a lot harder than just like a ganking, like, track whore Bounty Hunter, basically. And they're gonna try and defend this in the middle lane with the Puck. Puck with those sick coils could turn this around. Chen, the sickest micro. He's got an extra creep. The orb is there. And the stun is out on the Jakiro. The Jakiro will fall. And the Rubik doing wonders for his team with that lift and the Zoop. Weaver in the fray here. I don't know if he wants to be. so he'll escape. The sentry is down, so they do see him. That's Shikuchi, poorly timed, but he might find himself a Chen. No, he's lifted just in time and brought down. Nicely done, Rubik. My man Rubik here, Philic, coming through for the team. And so a tier 1 tower does go down, but they do exchange it for a Weaver and a Darkseer, which is a nice trade. Yeah, Chen just has another creep in Puck.
Yeah, he is in fact microwaving the Puck, which is kind of nice to see.
And he took the bottle too. I like this guy. He's capitalizing on his on the downfalls of his team.
I mean, it's really smart. He's almost got a mech up. He's gonna be able to farm this stack, or actually they might even leave it to the Alchemist. No, they're gonna make a rotation onto the Spectre. One thing I do want to say very quickly before this breaks out, the Dire team is an easier to execute team than the Radiant team, and that might give them a bit of an advantage. But here we go.
Oh, Weaver man-moding into the center, actually trying to pick up the Rubik on the side here, and Naga just finds herself blown up by that Alchemist stun. Rubik falling very low. The Darkseer will chase. Meanwhile, the Weaver just chipping into the frag, the AFK Puck, or rather the Chen creep, and now Alchemist doing what he can, but he's just not farmed enough yet. Even with that ulti up, his attack speed is so slow, and the bug might even kill him. He kills himself? No, he's unable to kill himself with the stun. Unable to. So the Spectre picks up the kill, and now it looks like the Dire team have kind of given up here. Rubik just sitting in the well.
Well, there does have to be unanimous agreement for the GG, and the Dire team may decide to go on. In all honesty,
in all honesty,
God, I am watching too much of that show. Okay, yeah. In all honesty, I think
Spectre, my man. The lift is up on the Spectre. Let's do this shit. Where's the stun? Charge the stun before you TP, you crazy Alchemist. And now he'll stun himself out, and the pursual will not continue. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Bounty Hunter, my man, doing work here. This guy is doing work. Just split pushing.
Bounty Hunter is playing really, really well. Yeah, split pushing. He got his levels. He got his farm in that lane.
You got pretty good farm for an off lane. And actually, in the bottom lane, we might see a clash coming up here soon. Spectre, Spectral Dagger coming out. He's got that Ion Shell, so he can just hide in the forest. And Chen now falling very low. The Hand of God. Bring everybody up, but it's not enough. It's just not enough. Puck just lost in the fray, gets right click down. No one able to micro him out, and now Alchemist caught in the ice path, and he's gonna fall to that Weaver. Oh no, Weaver's fast enough. The net is out, and there we go. Spectre picks up the kill. Nicely done by the Radiant. Ooh, Bounty Hunter, my man! Why? Split push! Let's get some crazy farm going. There's nothing you can do here. So, 4 to 5 heroes dead. I think the Chen may have respawned. Yeah, he died early on in the fight. So, 5 heroes down, and it is just looking grim. This is one of those games where you just kind of like alt-tab and go on Facebook while you're dead. And even for like 30 seconds after you're alive, you're just like, it doesn't really matter. Whatever I do right now.
Well, it seems that's what the Chen is actually reserved to doing. He's kind of just sitting in the base. He does have a nice Chen set, though.
Yeah, I like his Chen set. He's got a nice hat.
Yeah, and he's got that mythical riding cat, which looks so cool.
Dire's bottom tower.
I like the bindings on that one. It's got like a spike helmet.
Oh, on the. Let me check it out. Oh yeah, that's really nice. That's really nice. I like that a lot too. They should I would like to see a centaur for the Chen, like one of those big centaur creeps. Let me see if I can find one on the map. There we go. Yeah, the Centaur Conqueror. He's in the full camp on the Dire side. One of those for the Chen. Even the little one would be all right, just so he could ride it around. I feel like that would be fitting.
Uh-oh, Weaver finds himself a Rubik. Warding. Let's do it, Rubik. Let's do it. This is all you, my man. Lift him up. You don't know which one's real. Yeah, you're just gonna die from right click. Oh! The Shikuchi saving him from getting hit by the stun, and now he's gonna pursue this Alchemist. Meanwhile, there's no clash there. Just an ice path out on the Alchemist, who invises up. Weaver's unable to find him. Now Bounty Hunter. My man Bounty Hunter, the sentry's down. The sploosh hits and the ice path misses. Grim, so fast. He's got the track up on Spectre and the right clicks. Oh, they got the last right click before the fade time. Very nice, very nice. And the GG is called. Not surprising. I mean, the game was decided when the puck left. Unfortunately, things like that do happen. There's no way to really control that. You can't really have a screening process and make sure that nobody's gonna leave ever. So, c'est la vie. We'll go on to the next game, and I can't see my mouse anymore on the freaking screen. This is bullsmot.